Yeah, that's so true, and that's exactly what Calvin said as well too. Like when you do, and that's kind of what I do too. It's at the same time. Like if I always will do my part.
Yes. You have
To a point.
Yeah.
And then it's like at the end of the day, if you do your part, you can't. There's nothing of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like it kind of messes out with me. Like now, it's like, oh, Joe, you gotta be more direct. You want the girl, you ask her out on a date. It's like you gotta just, if you want that friend or you want to invite them over, like, yo, like you have to just let that out or whatever, or say what you feel like. Yo, we haven't really been talking in a while, or do whatever level you are at right now. Is you do your part. Then in those times, I think it'll help, because that's always the same exact thing. That shit helps me. Like, oh, I know, like I did, like I did my thing. Like it, what I did my part, and if they're not here, then that's cool. What else can I do?
Right.
What else can, like, you can't, like, I'm all about these last couple of years. I've been about like taking and removing any unnecessary stress. And that's one thing I had a friend with, we were talking about last night. Yo, no one wants to deal with that. Like, no one wants to deal with unnecessary stress. Nah, BS. Like, you did what you did. You tried to do what you do. And after that, other than that, dub that. I don't got time for no if, no ands, or buts. But I kind of wanted to, because you made a very, very good point about the whole, like, with the drug addiction and stuff like that. And I just want to reiterate to people, like, how real that really is. Like, you even brought me back to, like, a personal memory with me and my mom. Like, that was a real reason why she was addicted to drugs. Was this whole thing of the whole feeling of that. Like, hers wasn't really more of the people around her just with, personal issues. It was just that people were dying. Like, she had 3 brothers just pass in 3 years.
It's too much.
Yeah.
3 brothers in 3 years just all die. And coming from a home of a very family, coming with, another brother, and then, like, mom, like, you coming from that, and some people just don't know how to process and take it.
Nobody knows how to process that.
That
No,
yeah,
grief is the
3
same.
brothers in 3 years.
Pain
like,
is pain, but grief is never the same twice.
3 times. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just like that level. Just so that's what happened to my mom. And at that point, she just said, "Yo, I don't want to." Like, it was like, I don't want to be here. Well, first it was, just to keep it real with everyone. I keep it very transparent on this pod. The first was, "Yo, I want to see why they couldn't stop." So that was one thing. I want to see why they couldn't stop, because I love them, so I want to see why. And then the second one was, yo, I just don't want to be here. Like, I don't want to feel like, we were talking about those feelings. I don't want to feel that. Like, I don't want to go through life, those day-to-day moments, without them, because it just hurts too much. So I'm going to literally just numb the pain. Because she was very like, oh, I only live for you, Joe. So she's like, I gotta, I'm here for you, but I'm going to be numb while I do it. And it obviously didn't last too long. But it's like that people do. People go through that shit all the time. Yeah. They just want to be fucking numb through all of that, through all those different transitions of life. And it's like, you can't do that. You have to man up. Whatever the word is, you just got to, like, you have to step up to the plate, and you have to be able to face those feelings, like you said, talk about it, have those days where you cry or you go through it, or even how we started this conversation with the new people that you do have in your life. If you do have those people, you talk to them about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool. Like, me and him have conversations all the time about, maybe, I mean, like he just is like, oh, he's done. But maybe me, I'll still process things like, damn, if that person was still around, whatever, like, but he helps me with that. We talk about those things in, like, a healing process.
It's hard. It's hard to do anything in life, but it's so hard to self-assess.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hard to, like, realize that maybe you have a trauma bond with somebody, and maybe that's why they're not reciprocating love, because you guys reciprocate trauma instead. Like, there's so much